Welcome back to the laboratory. Today we are talking sweet potatoes. Why are we going to focus on sweet potatoes? Because they're relatively hard to prep. So today I'm going to go through how to prep them and a few tips on cooking them. What do we need? Well, mise en place includes a trash bowl, a large cutting board, a peeler, and a rusty and dull steak knife. Nope, I'm just kidding you. The biggest chef knife you got. Let's get started. When shopping for sweet potatoes, it's important to be consistent. So I have three sweet potatoes here. This one's a little on the small side compared to these other two. So make sure when you're shopping, get them all the same size. Makes cutting a little easier. Also, if you use your imagination, you can see these potatoes have kind of four sides. They kind of sit flat on all four sides. And that's important because when you go to cut them, you have less round rolling around going on. So just be picky when you're going through, go through each one and make sure that you're getting the right sizes. Heat is your friend to keep your peel from sticking into the blade. Okay, so to get the best dice, you gotta square off your sweet potato here a little bit. You need to sacrifice just a touch so that you end up with that nice square edge, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm okay sacrificing this small amount here for the name of safety and precision. Okay, we're gonna cut some planks. Now this is hard to get through, so what I'm gonna do, this is why you need a large knife, is I'm gonna get my hand on top, I'm gonna push and just rotate that plank off. I call these planks. What I wanna see people never ever do, I saw this once in a cooking class, and I was just shocked that somebody would teach this, is you get the knife set and start doing the hammering. So that's this. The problem with that is that your knife will come down, it will slide out of the way, and who knows where this blade will stop. So please use that pressure method instead. You have a lot more control, it's a lot safer. Okay, now that I have my planks, I can cut my batons. And then once I have my batons, it's just a matter of making a nice dice. I'm making a nice large rustic dice. I'm gonna show you again, if you're in a hurry, you can stack them. Stacking is always a good idea if you have the right size knife and a little bit of practice. Look at that, now I'm moving twice as fast. So for a precise dice, perfect. Because we're really going to square this off. So cut off both ends. We need to get fairly deep here. We need to be almost a perfect rectangle. You can see we're going to sacrifice quite a bit more scrap to get that nicer style dice here. Take your time. Now, looks like I'm only going to get two cuts to make 3 slices in that direction. And here we have a beautiful, precise dice. Each piece is truly a mirror of what's next. Okay. Let's bring these potatoes up to a boil and reduce to a simmer. Start your sweet potatoes in cold water just like you would any other potato. How long do they take to cook? Well, that depends on a lot of different things. Up here in Denver, we're high altitude, longer than if I was at sea level, but I would set a timer for about 35 minutes just to get started. I want a little bite left in these because I'm going to blanch them or boil them. I want them to have a little life left. I don't want them to be soft. Then I'm going to let them cool off naturally. We don't shock potatoes. If you shock potatoes in cold water, they'll absorb so much moisture that you end up with just mush. So I just let them air cool. And then tomorrow, when I go ahead and pull this together, of course we're going to add mirepoix and Cajun seasoning and butter, and they're going to get roasted and be delicious. But for now, I'm going to let these cook. Let's see how long they take. Right now, it's 10 after 10. Just stick around and we'll take a look. They look done, but the best way to know for sure is to taste it. These cook for 36 minutes. Perfect. You could go a little less if you want some crunch, and certainly a little more if you like them softer. That's right in the middle at 35, 36 minutes. Let's go ahead and drain these, and then I've got some storage tips. Hey, just to remind everyone, when you're draining, pour away from you so the steam doesn't shoot up and burn your arms. Ask me how I know. Well, I'm gonna let these cool off. I can spread them out on a sheet tray and let them steam out. Sometimes I blow a fan on them. In a commercial restaurant, we set them in the top of the walk-in right next to where the big fan just blows cold air, and they cool off in just moments. And then you can store these refrigerated for 7 days. And what's great about this is once you have them made, then you can do all kinds of things. You can mix them up for some potato salad, you can stir fry some, you can roast some. They're really delicious. You'll notice I didn't add any salt. And the reason for that is because I want to control how much salt I add later in the cooking process. But salt is very nice. I would add about a half cup of salt to the water if you wanted to get a little bit more flavor out of them. So I hope this helps. A nice overview of how to peel, prep, cook potatoes, sweet potatoes, so that you have lots of options to enjoy delicious sweet potatoes all week long. This is Chef Mark in the laboratory. As always, thanks for tuning in. Have you subscribed yet? Well, why not? There's no time like right now. Thanks again.